My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Today is December 7th, 2023. It is 1:58 a.m. 2 a.m. I got up like around 10, and then my husband was like, "Oh, go back to sleep. I'll wake you up when I'm going to sleep." And I feel like I closed my eyes. Before I know it, it was already 12, like 12:30-ish. So I got up, did some stuff, and then the sink was full with dirty dishes. I told my oldest, when he finished his dinner, because he came late after practice and all of that, he's supposed to clean after himself, and he's been leaving a whole bunch of dirty dishes in the sink. And I told him that if he keeps on doing that, I'm gonna wake him up in the middle of the night to come and clean them. But I don't have the energy to argue with him. I'll catch him another time. I wash everything, put everything away. But yeah, that's a side note. So I have some tweets that I wanted to share with you. I was supposed to record them yesterday, but I wanted to finish edit some videos. So when I finish edit them, I was about to record these. Some of it I add to it, some of these, and then I decided to make a thumbnails for the video, which is that one. I made it public the same day, and that thumbnail took me forever. Lately I've been very dreaded to create thumbnails. So I have about 16 tweets to share with you. I don't remember what most of them are about because I started the list since yesterday and I didn't record anything yesterday, and there's some more, like I said, I add to it. I add to the list. Okay, so let's do the typical. The background, $262.34. I really don't understand. I do not understand why this amount is that low. So if you guys want to make complaint for me, because I did already. I made a complaint, but instead on my community board, they're asking me if I'm having, how am I feeling today? This typical kind of thing. All right. And then here they're telling me if I want to do earn more, I need to do live stream. I could earn 175% more when I do live stream. Due to the type of information that I share with you, I do not want to do live stream. Why? Because there are some stuff that I say I need to verify. Okay? So I do not want, even though I would love to make more money, but live stream is not for me. Okay? Because there's a lot of things sometimes I delete after I do my videos, and I can only pre-record and then edit. Live stream is not for me. Okay, so there's my analytic. All right, there's that. I don't understand. The subscription is growing, but yet for the estimate remain that low. I really don't understand. So if any of you have any idea how to proceed, this does not require lawyers yet, because I need to understand those numbers very well. So if I do go to court, I could pinpoint certain things, but I don't. The only thing I understand, the subscription is growing. And then let's take a look, for instance, because I had to, when I said, you see the green here on those dollar sign, that means the video is monetized. But what YouTube sometimes does, if I just leave it, let YouTube make the video monetize for me. But sometimes, let's see, maybe this one, I don't think I checked that one yet. Okay, if I go to monetization for that video, sometimes they don't put any Like for instance, something like this. This is where commercials will be popping. Okay, so what they did here, they don't put that many commercials. I mean, I don't want to bombard you with a lot of commercials, but sometimes they don't put anything at all. So I have to go there and make sure they put something. So what I usually do, I'll put maybe something here every, depending on how long the video is, every 10 minutes. So I'll leave these two alone. Okay, so I just added 2 commercials into that here. This is where I want the commercials to be. Okay, sometimes they don't put anything, but I have to go in and make sure there is commercial. Alright, so I don't know, I really don't know. And I hope some of you do donate on my PayPal, or what's the other one, Instagram, no, PayPal or Cash App. That's it, PayPal and Cash App. Or you could be a member on Patreon. Okay, so this is it. Let's go on Twitter. Alright, so this is my first tweet. So this one was posted on the 6th. Alright, speaking of titles, this is how you deal with crowned critters. Alright, so 1 minute and 11 seconds. I didn't listen to any videos, if I have any, I don't know, any video clips. I didn't listen to any of them. So let's listen.
Harry's title is never going to be taken away from him because he is who he is and where he is because of being born there. He's just fed up.
Just a very stupid boy. He's supposed to be in.
I think you're rather stupid as well. You've never met him, have you? So how do you know? Why are you so vitriolic and bitter and twisted? What's wrong with you?
I think that should be put back to you. Why are you so bitter and twisted?
No, I'm not. I'm just balancing this appalling let's get Harry and Meghan attitude this country seems to have sunk to up. And I'm embarrassed about the whole thing.
Okay, this is well-minded person who's talking here. The thing that the UK is doing is very embarrassing. And it's revealing who they are. But when people like that speak up, you have a platform, you speak up to say, this is unacceptable. So I agree with this guy. And I feel sorry for many other Brits who's not speaking up. And then the rest of the mouthpieces are really embarrassing the country. Let's continue.
You know, people who talk as if they know these people.
He's turned his back on us, on the British.
Piers, if you want to be private, go back to America.
He's turned his back on us, on the British.
Piers, if you want to be private, go back to America and live privately. It's pretty straightforward.
He's turned his back on us, on the British.
The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. It was so many months of talks after so many years of challenges. And I know I haven't always gotten it right, but as far as this goes, there really was no other option. What I want to make clear is, we're not walking away.
He's turned his back on us, on the British.
We're not walking away. And we certainly aren't walking away from you. Our hope was to continue serving the Queen, the Commonwealth, and my military associations.
He's turned his back on us, on the British.
But without public funding.
He's turned his back on us, on the British.
Unfortunately, that wasn't possible.
He's turned his back on us, on the British.
How?
And he's only got
You do talk rubbish.
to earn money.
What a lot of rubbish you talk.
Oh.
Complete and utter rubbish.
Oh, if you were... I think you're
Complete
very rude.
and utter rubbish.
I think you're very rude.
That was it. That was it. Okay. Damn, I'm drinking a coffee. It has no taste. This is my worst coffee I've ever made. Okay, so let's read the comments. When he said, quote, "You're rather stupid as well," I chuckle. Alright, it always, these old women that are always hating on Harry and Meghan, you think they want to spend their last phase in life spreading kindness and love. That's for sure. I'm cackling the way he shut that old biddy down, like the guy didn't even meant his words. Okay, after this, that's it. There's the laugh. These people drank the whole vat of Kool-Aid. Exactly. She's responding to that. See, middle to all white women. That's the British royal family demographic of supporters. They are mad that their prince found a woman of a different nationality and race. Their prince considered them English weed and not English roses. Alright, so weed, not English roses. That's a good one. Alright, so let's go to the next one. It's a video as well. I don't know what's wrong with these people. Alright, so this...
The nation.
Come on, pause.
Good evening.
Alright. I need to pause it myself, otherwise when I start reading, it could start anytime. Alright, so this is another video. It posted on December 5th. Okay, you think taxi British media will highlight these failures to influence better governance in the UK? Instead, they all focus on defending the royal family. Okay, 3 minutes and 25 seconds. Another video I didn't listen to.
We are going backwards as a nation. Good evening. Picture a country going backwards, where workers haven't had a decent pay rise in 15 years, public services are on the verge of collapse, and where the gap between rich and poor grows year on year. That is how Britain was described today in a bleak and damning assessment of its economy. The failure to achieve all but negligible growth has left the average worker a simply staggering £10,000 a year worse off, according to a leading think tank. And we're now lagging way behind countries we used to think of as equals. In Germany, middle-income households are full 20% richer than their peers in the UK. We'd be here all night if we listed the failings identified in the 290-page report, but put simply, in almost every sector, the UK is just not productive enough. And if there's any hope of turning the ship around, the authors say radical reform is needed.
Typical UK household has a disposable income of around £32,000 a year, adjusted for tax and inflation. By contrast, the typical French household is almost £3,000 a year better off. The typical German household, almost £6,500 richer. And the typical American household, £20,000 a year better off.
Okay, we're working our ass off to save democracy right now. I just I commented on a short video that I came across where, you know what, let me pause and look for it, and then I'll come back to this video. Okay, so this is the video here. All right, so this is what is it? This, I don't know who this person is, if she's an attorney or some sort of a professional, but she's making reference to, what is it, to Trump lawyers and some of the things. Let me, well, I don't want to play all of it. And listen.
Sheriff fails her driving test and immediately asks to talk to a manager.
Isn't there somebody else I can talk to, a supervisor or something? I mean, it can't be the absolute and final word in driver's licenses.
That's what I immediately thought of when I watched Trump's lawyers try to escalate their appeal of the gag order and rush it along.
Okay, so I'm not gonna play all that 1 minute video, but just to give you a point of what she's talking about Trump's lawyers and all of that. Okay, so that was my comment under her video. It's 54 minutes ago. Before I started recording, I was watching some videos. Okay, one of the things that I like what the former guy is going through is that professionals, attorneys, are explaining to the people what the former guy is going through in the courts. There are some youngsters who are doing it too, but professionals took their time to make videos to explain the stupidity of the guy. They are helping save democracy in their special way because the mainstream media are not telling the voters the true crimes that the guy have committed. When we are in the voting booth, we don't vote based on only mainstream media information. I think any or all attorney, former prosecutors, and even attorneys who currently practicing taking their time to help others understand the debacle this guy have put himself in. These videos take time. Okay, even that 1 minute video, it takes time to put together, to find the clip from Clueless, insert it where you want it, and put the music in the background. It takes time. Okay, even the shortest video clips take time to make. when any of us come across a professional explaining the former guy's court tactics, let them know how much we appreciate their information. They are giving us vital information for free, when in fact freedom is not free. We collectively have to fight for it. That's all. Okay, so that was my comment under her video, even that 1 minute video. Okay, so going back to this, all right, this is where America is right now. But before, when the other guy was in office, we were in the tank. All right, everything that Obama had done, down the drain. So if the UK wants to be in some sort of, I don't know, respectable way or earning some money, I've highlighted some of the issues UK is going through. You know, the heating crisis, some of them cannot even pay for their utilities, they can even buy shoes, their kids can even pay for school lunch and all of that. I've highlighted these. It may not, some of them may not be on this channel, but on PYTE. So those who've been following me will know. So we have to fight for it. So if the UK, the people are not willing to do anything about it, I don't know, I can't feel sorry for you guys, because we are seeing everything that's going on. Okay, and then the worst thing is, many of you guys in the UK are going through the hardship. So you can't help to, at this point, I don't know. Sometimes I say, in order for people to understand, you have to go through it, but it doesn't have to get to that point. But if you see it, you know, someone is going through it, you could at least prepare yourself and do something different. But they are living it, they are experiencing, but many of them still haven't seen the solution. They're still supporting the people who's draining their life away for them. Okay, so the reason I shared the other video here and I read my comment is because collectively we had to fight for what the position that we are in right now. And then we're not out of the woods yet. We're still going through some stuff. There's some people within the United States who want to bring us backward in the same situation that the UK is in right now. Because I've shared with you during when Trump was in office, I compare some of the things the UK was going through and what the US is going through. It was almost the same. It was almost the same. And I said, you know, the 2020 election, we fought for it with the pandemic. Many people stood in line for hours and hours to make sure their vote is cast. And then we just had a midterm election. And then we're still fighting. Okay? So it takes a collective people to see what's going on and then to help the country move forward. Democracy is not free. We had to fight for it. A lot of people who could get benefit from whatever position they are in, they want to keep it that way. So it's up to you to do the tug of war and say, no, you're not going to get everything. Okay? So let's continue. Let me move it back. I'm sorry, that was a long pause. I move it back.
Reform is needed.
Typical UK household has a disposable income of around £32,000 a year, adjusted for tax and inflation. By contrast, the typical French household is almost £3,000 a year better off. The typical German household, almost £6,500 richer. And the typical American household, £20,000 a year better off. The picture for lower income households is just as depressing, and over the last 15 years, the gap between us and them has got wider. Politicians.
And then the video before that, when I just started sharing the tweets with you, you know, this woman on the phone who's literally saying Harry is stupid for turning his back on them. Meanwhile, there's all of the stuff that happened leading Harry to make the decision. And then Harry have said he's not walking away from you guys. Okay, the same thing he was doing. I don't know how he's doing it, and we do not know. But like for Well Child, we know he still helped them and all of that. So it's up to you guys to see what Harry is doing and how he's helping. And then he had brought in someone to help him, help you guys, but you kick him out. You forgot all about that. You didn't see all of this. But instead, because he has to live his life, we don't have that much time on this planet to live our life. Okay, he was helping the country, his family, the ones who's gonna benefit from the position that was predetermined for them. He was helping them, but they turned their backs on him, and then they expect him to take the abuse. My goodness. All right, so again, let me move back again.
£20,000 a year better off. The picture for lower income households is just as depressing, and over the last 15 years, the gap between us and them has got wider.
Politicians and policymakers are not getting serious about the scale of the problem and the challenges the UK economy faces. They talk about world beating this and world beating that. Instead, they need to get real and think about how they work where we are now.
But you have to understand that as well, okay? If the system is working for them right now, why would they want to change it? Okay? The people who all benefit from the way the UK system is at, it's working for them. Why would they change it? Just put yourself in their shoes, and then nobody, I don't know, okay, let me not say nobody. It seems like, me from the outside, it seems like they're not being challenged. Everybody stay quiet. They accept this position that they are in. They are suffering. It's okay. So why would they change that?
And when we think about this duty, this role that the king has taken on, what kind of king do you think he'll be?
Well, you know what you're getting, because he's been practicing for a bit. And I don't think he'll change, you know.
So no, if people are not fighting, just like I just showed you, the US, you have different people who specialize in certain things or helping spread the good information so people could vote properly. So nobody's challenging those people who are in office. So why would they change it? So, I mean, be reasonable. Okay? I can understand many of us are not selfish. If we were in a position, we will of power, we'll make things right, we will want to share the wealth and all of that. But these people, they're not about sharing. They're about their pockets. How could they put more in their pockets? The UK is allowing them to do that. So I can't feel sorry any longer, because if I'm seeing it and I see what my country is going through, okay, it's not like we're so perfect. Okay, we were in the same boat as the UK. We're fighting to get ourselves out of it. Still. Alright? So let's continue. It's up to the UK to do the same.
Listen, I think a lot of people watching this, like, I was when I heard it today, will be really shocked by these figures. What are Germany and France doing right that we're not?
Well, I mean, the Resolution Foundation, first of all, talks about us economic decline in relative terms, relative to countries we like to compare ourselves to, as you point out. The Chancellor doesn't accept this. He disagrees. He was today talking up all of our undoubted strengths as a nation, and also pointing out that there are quite a few countries that are struggling with economic growth.
But the thing is that no matter what any of these people are saying, including him, even if he's being reasonable, or the Chancellor, or any politician in the UK, okay, if you're living in the UK, all you have to do is look at yourself. Okay, yourself is the example. How are you doing with the current system? How are you doing with the current system right now? Okay, so if you're well off, you're able to pay your bills, you're okay with the rising cost of everything because you have money, it's working for you. But if you're struggling, then there's something that needs to be done. Okay? So just look at yourself. That's it. You are the example. You don't need people to tell you. Look at yourself.
There are several ways, Tom, to grow an economy. Economies grow when there are simply more people in the economy producing stuff. They grow when people are working longer hours and producing more stuff. But neither of those forms of growth necessarily leave people better off. What matters in terms of living standards is higher productivity. Producing more efficiently, that's what leads to higher pay. And it's true that several countries a lot of countries have had weak productivity growth since 2008, but in the UK it has been very weak. Now, a general election is around the corner. We've got all the political parties telling us they've got ideas about how to raise growth and productivity. But what the Resolution Foundation is saying, none of them is being bold enough. We need something really transformative, really that's going to twist the dial. They want to see public investment raised to 3% of GDP, twice the run rate of the last 40 years in the UK, Tom. They want to see 20-year growth plans for Manchester and for Birmingham, an overhaul of the planning laws making developments harder to oppose. This sort of change requires a lot of money, requires higher taxes. You can see why politicians are reticent, but the glittering prize here is growth after 15 years of going nowhere.
After 15 years of going nowhere. And this is why they wanted to get themselves out of the EU. Okay? So they could have control of all of this, because when they were part of the EU, there were certain rules and regulations they had to follow. So now they're controlling themselves fully without, well, there's some other things that's going on. And the people are not saying anything. So whatever. Let me read some of the comments here. And some of the money that's going to the monarchy, okay, could go into some of the things the guy, his guest was mentioning. But they're not doing that. It's going straight to him. And then the monarchy is not even doing anything to help the people. Like I've said, it's the recycle system that's working right now. The politicians putting people in poverty because they make the law, they create the rules, and then the rules are not working for the common people. All right. And then you have the institution, which is the monarchy, pretending to help the poor.
I'm sorry we can only come and give words and comfort, but we are thinking about you the whole time and we really care about what's going on. So
sometimes it's just more than financial.
Well, if we can give you the odd smile here and there, that's important. So, you know.
All right, and then you have the institution, which is the monarchy, pretending to help the poor.
Thank you. Nice to see you again. I was just looking at. It's been a while since I last visited. So, yeah, it's definitely when things get back to normal, I'd love to come and say hello to the team and everyone down there as well.
I think it was 2012 that you were last here.
No. It only seems like yesterday, Graham. It shows you how quickly time goes.
The poor that the government helped put in there and the position that they are in. And then you have the papers, the British media, to blind people with misinformation, distract them from real issues that's going on. This is what I mean by the recycle system in the UK. And then the monarchy, you know, just come, cut ribbon, and hey, I'm helping you, and that's it. Oh, with that being said, the next tweet should be with the big issue. I just put it on the list. Okay, so that would be that. And then and then you have the tabloid, okay, putting nonsense after nonsense, talking about Harry and Meghan nonstop, confusing people, like the caller from the previous tweet that I was sharing with you, confusing people with stupid information. Meanwhile, you have Harry and Meghan who left, who's taking care of themselves, not the taxpayers who's helping them. They're taking care of themselves. Okay, but yet the tabloid is talking about them nonstop. How come the tabloid don't talk about this information that this guy is talking about? Huh? All right, so let's read some of the comments and then I'll talk about the big issue. I have it further down on my list. Okay, I just moved it. It was further down on my list, so I'll talk about it now after this tweet. Okay, not surprised. What did people think will happen when the British government take hard-earned taxpayers' money and give it to one grifter billionaires who use it to maintain their properties and lavish lifestyle, and King Charles III is about to receive a raise? Go figure. Like I was saying, okay, the money that they're giving them should be going into infrastructure, create things, you know, jobs. All right, so there's that here. She's giving her receipt. Okay, new British monarch lords over 7 palaces, 10 castles, 12 homes, 56 cottages. Oh my God. And 14 ancient ruins where he can hang up his crown. Inside King Charles III, $25 billion real estate empire. So all this could go to the people. Okay, after Queen Elizabeth's death, Prince William inherited the Duchy of Cornwall, a private estate worth around $1.2 billion. The Windsors serve only to continue the domination and wealth of 1% of white England. King Charles is increasing his pay from £86 million to £125 million. The UK doesn't seem to have a problem with that. I can't have a problem with it because it's not my tax money that's going to them. I can see the thing here. Right, let's read right there, and then that's it. Voting for those conservative Tories have done wonders for the UK economy. US citizen, you too can have their economy if you vote for conservative Republicans in the next election. Okay, this is the thing that I was saying. We are fighting in the US. We are fighting. You know, we're pushing really hard. The former speaker just quit. He said he's not running anymore. Okay, so this is a fight. Everybody have to get involved. This is an ad. Okay, what's there? Okay, backward Britain. I wonder how they are going to pen this on Harry and Meghan. The sovereign grant is £86.3 million per year, and with the money, they make over money from the Duchy of Cornwall. If the British public can see they are just parasite, Harry and Meghan have shown you can do good and support charity without taking tax for the public. That's true here. There's not comment, but I want to finish with this. Meanwhile, they worry about a couple who is able to purchase their own home, pay their mortgage, and their own security in the United States of America, and then they're paying tax too. Meanwhile, their king got a raise not long ago and is still profiting off of the dead. They are merely trying to save their job at any cost because their parents' companies keep losing in court. Okay, what is this making reference to? All right, so let's go to the next tweet. That's regarding the big issue. I had to move it. And I had shared this on my community, but I was laughing when I first came across it because some of the way the squad put the thing here. After 3 years and he's still in that same position. It's not funny. Okay, Dave is so over it. 3 years in a row that Prince William get his photo up with the homeless and Dave is still homeless. That part here. And Dave is still homeless. The coolness disguised as charity the royal family constantly display for the world to see and admire. They're so out of touch. Like I said, this is the recycle system that's working right now. Okay? Pretend to help. The government is putting people like Dave in the position that they are in, and then the institution come and pretend they're helping. Okay, 3 years the guy is still doing that. 3 years in a row he's still doing that. What have William have done since the first time he met him? Just show up, cut ribbon, and then go back and play polo or go, you know, smell the roses or something? All right, instead of going to the drawing board and say, okay, what can I do to alleviate that particular organization? Okay, and I think my comment is somewhere here. Just one polo match could have helped. Okay, let me read the headline. Prince William poses in his red cap selling the Big Issue magazine with pal Dave for the 3rd time in a year. And then the other thing too, as much we may, you know, the Daily Fail keep on putting misinformation, they're sending signal out to the people. They do send signals to the people. 3rd time in a year. They didn't have to mention this. 3rd time in a year, but they did. Okay, 3 years in a row and the guy is still doing the same thing after vowing to end homelessness once and for all. 5 December 2023. Okay, so there's my comment here. We see the sarcasm in that headline. I'm telling you, I noticed that too, which is why I shared it. All right, I'm dead. Okay, one charity polo match will have done so much for Dave, the Big Issue. William is jealous of his little brother. Why doesn't he copy some of the things Harry does for his charity? Santa Bali. Okay, 18 people like it, so there's 4 comment here. Okay, Harry posed with an abused baby about 20 years ago. Okay, so what's that? I never heard abuse. Okay, let's read it because I don't know. Harry said her education will be paid for by the charity. He guaranteed it. So far, she's only had 2 small payments and live in poverty with her grandma. I don't know anything about that. I tried to get further info from the charity, but they won't comment. Okay, I don't know. I do not. Okay, if this is true, Harry would have been 18 or 19. That's that too. Okay, a teenager who then have access to his inheritance. Okay, I really don't know. I'm just reading this. If anybody knows anything about that, I don't know. Alright, if this is true, Harry would be 18 or 19, a teenager who then have access to this inheritance until age 25 or 30. So he would have been dependent on Charles to follow through. William, on the other hand, was 38 when he met this unhoused man, a millionaire. These two things are not the same. Okay, Dave is not homeless. You okay? I don't know anything about that. Okay, so they must hate William because how? All right, so there's me here. But then the big issue went out of business. I discussed the closing of a magazine in a video a couple months ago, but whatever. Alright, so there's this here, and I think someone said it's not all of it that's closed, so I want to share that as well because I wasn't aware. I don't live in the UK. I only share with you what I've read and what people have reported. Alright, so this is one of the squatties, so she's legit. Okay, the big issue north is shutting down, but the other branches are still functioning, I think. Okay, so there's me here saying, oh, okay. So I thought I'd include this into the video because while I was editing, I took some break, go on Twitter, share some stuff on my community board, and I came across this. Alright, so this is regarding that big issue thing here. Okay, correction. Dave is no longer homeless as he was able to put that period behind him in 2021, a year before meeting William in 2022, which just goes to show what a massive impact William has had on his life, especially by taking pictures with him. That's the laugh here. Okay, so this is Pagan Cholani, and Pagan Cholani retweeted herself back in December 5th. Is it this year? Probably. Oh, this is so sweet. This is the same guy he made a private video with last year. 1 year later, William has inherited a £1 billion estate and Dave is still homeless, selling big issues to survive. If that isn't a heartwarming, I don't know what it is. There's that, there's this. Okay, so I do not know, since I already shared some part of it and I saw the correction on the matter, so I'm sharing it with you. Okay, let me read some of the comments and then go back to my original recording from this morning. Okay, if he's no longer homeless, then why is he selling the big issue? Don't homeless people sell that to raise money? Selling big issue keeps him out of homelessness. But how much is he making from selling those papers? Do people buy as much? I'm just wondering. Okay, thanks for explaining, but I hope he can get a job that gives him a bit more security. Based on, okay, Pagans responded and says same. But based on the things that the video that I shared earlier, and which I've already edited, is that there's some, you know, the poverty in the UK. Will he be able to get something better? I don't know. Alright, so that's the only part I want to share with you, okay? The improvement, the correction on the matter. Alright, so that's it. I don't want to give myself too much work. So that's it. Let's go to the next tweet. Like I said, I only show you what I'm aware, and if I have receipt, I show the receipt. So she said some of them are still open, so I don't know. Alright, so there's another video here. I think it started from here. Alright, the royal family are the bullies. This is a video clip of staff explaining how the family treats them. This is 2 minutes and 5 seconds. So she's I will play the video, but let's see what she's responding to. And I'm not gonna go to 328 comments. Breaking: the royal family, which leaked that it was investigating Meghan Markle for bullying, wants to keep the outcome of that investigation a secret because it didn't get the outcome it wanted. Totally legit and credible institution we have there. Okay, so she's responding in terms of who's the bully. Alright, okay, but Meghan says British media and their trolls. Okay, I don't know. Alright, so let's listen. 2 minutes and 5 seconds.
The senior footman went into Prince Andrew's bedroom and opened the curtains. The sun comes beaming through. Good morning, Your Highness. And the prince replied, "Fuck off. You just suck it up. Because you're bigger than that and you don't complain."
Okay.
Prince Philip's temper is legendary. He runs the royal firm with an iron rod. I've seen majors and generals come out of
I don't know, this guy, lately I don't trust any of the things that these guys be saying.
Philip's room, tears.
The Prince of Wales' household is lavish, and he's famously difficult to please.
Prince Charles said to his valet, "Why aren't those cufflinks here?" He said, "Oh, I didn't know you wanted them, sir. They're down at Highgrove. A round trip of 200 miles. They sent a footman. When he came back with them, Charles had changed his mind."
My God.
The Prince of Wales has grown up in such a privileged lifestyle that he doesn't have mechanics to choose for himself anymore. Everything is done for him. His pyjamas are pressed every morning so that they don't have creases in them for the next day. His shoelaces are pressed flat with an iron. His underwear is folded in a certain way.
But they doing all of this, but he always looks sloppy in public. His shirt sometimes don't even button properly, and they're doing all of this, and it doesn't even look kind of well put together. I mean, I guess they, whatever.
The bath towel has to be placed in a certain fashion. The bath plug has to be in a certain position. The water temperature has to be just tepid and only half full.
The only thing that I wish for them is for them to be in the same position as Harry, okay? Where they, you know, the taxpayers is not being given to them, and they have to make their own money to stay afloat. And I would like to see how they do, how they deal with real life issues. My goodness.
Prince Charles does have his valet squeeze 1 inch of toothpaste onto his toothbrush every morning. If anyone gets anything wrong, everybody is scolded. On one occasion, he rang me from his library and he said, "Oh, Paul, a letter from the Queen seems to have fallen into my waste paper bin. Would you pick it out?" The waste paper bin was there. He was sat there. I had to bend down into the paper bin, pick out the letter, put it back on his desk. Will that be all, Your Royal Highness? Yes, thank you.
Oh, and we could see from Charles' kind of temper. Remember after the Queen passed and there's some stuff he was signing, his temperament?
The current Prince of Wales.
My wish is that my husband finds peace of mind. And from that follows other things, yes.
Whatever. Next tweet. And the other thing as well, this is why they're bothering Harry so much, because they have nothing important to do. When, in fact, there's a lot to do, but their focus is not on what really matters. Because they're pretending kind of thing, their shield, their curtain is falling off, so they want Harry to come back so they could continue abusing Harry. So people don't see the nonsense that they put in. Alright, so next tweet. Now we are into Harry's security. I've shared some of these already on my community board. Okay, why do y'all want monarchy who made their laws to be above law for everyone? The monarchy can play power with manipulation, corrupt, scandals, protection. Even Willie's aid is protected for selling info to the said little man. You have to ask why all this motivation to stop Harry getting security. These two men, Sir Clive Alderton, King Charles, and Queen Camilla's right-hand man, and former Lord Chamberlain, Lord William Peel, okay, that's his name, Lord William Peel, are key figures in revoking Harry's security to stop him from suing Murdoch's UK tabloid, The Sun. Okay, so there's my comment here. Good. Why do Alderton and Peel have children? If yes, will they remove their son's security knowing the threats against them are real? Okay, so there's my comment here. They want us, okay, not US, us. Alright, they want us to believe it's them. But who at the palace is behind them? Are they above Queen and King, or even Prime Ministers? Top decision makers knew full well that Harry's life was in danger. Why turn a blind eye knowing the facts about Harry? I know Queen Secretary was replaced by Charles and Andrew. Queen kept, okay, and pretty much I was looking in the dark. Okay, just saying. 3 people like it. Why we all know how well that worked out. Harry is afraid of no one. So that's that. That was a retweet. Is that the same thing that I have? Oh, that's just the image. Okay, so let's go to the next tweet. Still talking about Harry's security. Alright, so there's that here. It takes one ring to rule them all. Who got the ring? Well, the corrupt UK government and the very weak-minded royal family and their palace aide is letting this man, Rupert Murdoch, rule the UK. They never condemned this man, Rupert. He got Diana, Hugh Grant, Elton John, and many others under his threat. Okay, so there's this here. I just went over that. And there's that. The royal family reportedly used Prince Harry and Meghan Markle to distract from Prince William's alleged affair. Click the image to read. Alright, that's in style. Okay, so there's this. That's 10. That's this year. We need to know what scandalous information Christian John could have on William that could possibly end the monarchy, that Charles stripped Harry's security, to blackmail Harry, and to removing his name from a legal claim. Wow, must be something bigger than egghead afraid pegging. There's that here. Too much backstabbing. Too much backstabbing in the UK. What is it? There was something I read somewhere where Rupert Murdoch don't like the EU, Brussels, because he can't get what he wants. But in the UK, he get what he wants. So it's all those secret recording, pay people £10 million to follow someone else and all of that. Is to get information about everybody so he could control and say, okay, I want this to happen. If you don't make this happen, then that is gonna happen. This kind of thing. And I'm glad some people are fighting. It's not just Harry who's fighting. I mean, Harry is a high profile person who's pretty much revealing the corruption over there. But there's some other people, Hugh Grant, some other celebrities are fighting back. All right. And I'm like, if knock on wood, I don't get in that situation. When you don't have anything to lose, what the hell? Go for everything. They disturbing your peace of mind, so go for everything. I mean, if you lose, what they gonna take? All right, you don't have anything anyway, as long the thing is already exposed. Okay, it is all making sense, allegedly. Could it be the names were inserted in the script for translation while in transit before it was handed over to the translator? Yeah, how do you call this? The translator. We're talking about Omid's book here. Yeah, that's exactly that, because the company that Omid, the publisher that Omid was dealing with is Rupert Murdoch. Alright, so they did whatever it is that they want, and sooner or later I think Omid has to sue, because that's not his thing. He didn't put that whole paragraph, and they decided to do whatever it wants. Oh my God, these people cannot live in peace. They cannot live in peace. Why do something like this? Okay, the publishing house owner Murdoch allegedly to discredit Omid, and the person who said it works for Rupert Murdoch. Did he do it for Murdoch or the royal family? I mean, you know what? I explained to that. There's a thing I put on my community board. Somewhat do my makeshift research to connect the dots. So whatever at this point. And it's up to Omid to follow through. And he did say in one interview that they're investigating it. Okay, so at some point, I hope Omid put a credible investigator into that, because a lot of the people over there are bought, so they could turn a blind eye. And I hope he keep his script somewhere, so someone don't tamper with his own script as well, manuscript that is. Next tweet. What taxpayer? Prince Harry is not asking the taxpayers to pay for his security. He wants to pay for police protection when he's in the UK. He was very clear about that. I don't know. They changed the stories already. Prince Harry challenges the decision to strip him of security in Britain after he moved to the US. Okay, Prince Harry loses legal bid to pay for UK police protection. That was in May 2023. The London High Court ruled today that Prince Harry cannot pay for his own police protection while in the UK, Prince Harry's police. Okay? Paying for his own. Prince Harry in legal fight to pay for UK police protection. Alright, so that was back in 2022. Prince Harry is challenging the British government's decision to not allow him to pay for his police protection when he returned to the UK. There's The Guardian, back in January 22. Prince Harry files legal claim over right to pay for UK police protection. Harry's uncle, the Duke of York, is facing calls to pay for his own security as the fallout from Andrew's civil sex assault case continue. Okay. With that last tweet here, with the Andrew civil sex assault case, I spoke about this, where the time when Charles was replacing the Queen's secretary, okay, and when Charles and Andrew wanted certain things, and he's telling them no, and to prevent, you know, the debacle to happen on the monarchy. So he was protecting the monarchy, the crown, from all of these stuff, the allegation, the sex allegation of Andrew and all of that. And then they remove him anyway. And then we see how the Andrew thing came out. They have to pay millions. And then all sort of this. And then ever since they removed the Queen's secretary and put someone else, the Queen have been in the dark. Okay, they don't tell the Queen everything. Court rules against Prince Harry's offer to personally pay for police protection. Paying for his own, okay? The couple have said they fund their own security. Former President Donald Trump said the U.S. government won't pay for protection. I mean, they have to throw this in. This is their buddies. The U.S. government have absolutely nothing to do with Harry. Okay? Nothing. Okay? Lee Simpson today putting here full news. Kelly Simpson, who once served as Princess Diana's bodyguard, said Harry should be allowed to hire his personal security to protect him while he and his family are in the UK. Harry has been in the military, Simpson previously explained to Fox News Digital. He's got a good understanding of security. I imagine he's pretty switched onto all the dangers, but if he wasn't, I won't suggest he does. I will hate to be in his position, but I think being in the States is the best place for him to be. It's probably the safest place for him to be, I would think. Yeah. Okay. That was last year. This year he's making different outrage demand. What outrage demand? His security, his well-being is an outrage demand.
The demands are still the same. Stop letting British media brainwash you with garbage.
I mean, you only have one life to live. So he had to make this priority for him. Maybe for others, they don't see the big deal with it. For him, you know, it is a big deal, especially after what his mom went through. I'm telling you, the UK, whew. Well, let me not blame this comment on the UK. Because we know they pay people and there's people around the world who's commenting. After this, that's it. They know this. They just lie in order to spill their hatred at Harry for his choice of wife. He wants to pay like plenty of other celebrities and rich people do, but it's just his family messing with him as usual. Clowns. Toxic family members aren't entitled to forgiveness just because they're family. That is true. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. And I think what Harry is going to open his eyes. Next tweet. So there's that here. Grace and dignity, she says, about a family of racists, kleptocrats, adulterers, and rapists. The way the UK like to prostrate themselves before mediocrity says a lot about them. Anyway, so there's all of this. Alright, we've seen these pictures before. Alright, so that's a retweet of this. I'm very taken with the grace and dignity our royal family have displayed. Mrs. Sussex is only spitting feathers because she then realized young Harry isn't the running for the crown. What? Meghan doesn't give a rat's ass about the damn crown. This is just projection, okay? Irrelevance bring out the worst in some people. Must be talking about the royal family because we are seeing the despicable kind of behavior from the royal family. Meghan is nobody's fool. She knew that there was no chance of Harry becoming king because she committed to him. The monarchy is on life support. I think so too. Alright, this is why Commonwealth countries will never get apologies. They are unable to acknowledge mistakes they have made even on a family level. Okay, and pedophiles, don't forget Uncle Dickie. Alright, these people are low-class underachievers, ill-mannered, rude, mediocre due to their station in life. They didn't have to try very hard or further their education much. Their accent and wealth hid it well. Meghan excellence exposed them to the entire earth, but worse, to themselves. Yeah, and the worst thing is they want people to change because they're not willing to elevate themselves in terms of education, well-minded, to understand things. They stay where they at, okay, being stupid and ignorant, but they are smart in the way of, you know, making the people pay them. Let's give them that credit. I mean, that's one heck of a brilliance of allowing people to give you millions for not doing anything. But they want everybody else to change while they stay where they're at. I mean, each time I say these kind of things, you have to think, you know, if you put yourself in their shoes, it's working for them. But the only thing, though, I don't think I want that kind of a lifestyle, because if every day you have to get up, you have to think how you're gonna manipulate people, it's not a way of living. Okay, how I'm gonna screw this person here, and then not to find out, and then if an issue rise, how you gonna, you know, get yourself out of it. This is not a healthy lifestyle. All right, with that being said, let's move on. But whatever. I keep on saying that after each tweet. Okay, Prince Harry was not snubbed. Okay, so this is different topic here about Harry not being invited or something like that. Okay, Prince Harry declined to attend his posh pal, the Duke of Westminster's wedding to avoid an awkward clash with his brother, Prince William, and other family members amid their boiling family feud. Meghan Markle. Okay, according to page 6. Please, I don't think Harry wants to go. Prince Harry declined to attend his posh pal, the Duke of Westminster's wedding to avoid an awkward clash with his brother, Prince William, and other family members amid their boiling family feud, page 6 can reveal. He got, quote, save date card to the wedding next summer, but then called the Duke, Grosvenor, personally to say it would be best if he and his wife, Meghan Markle, didn't come. I don't even think they could eat over there. If they had gone, don't even trust the food. Okay, page 6 also. His decision was made well before new tensions with his brother caused by the publication of controversial author Omid Scobie's Endgame last week, which launched new salvos against William and his wife Kate Middleton, including naming her in a Dutch translation as one of the alleged royal racists. Omid didn't do it.
The royals who are named in this book are King Charles and Catherine, Princess of Wales.
Okay, whoever tampered with Omid's manuscript, because Omid said he didn't write that. Okay, a whole paragraph was inserted. Okay, there's that. And then Omid said he doesn't speak Dutch, so there's that. All right. And the thing is, now this is something for publishers, not publishers, writers to look into. All right, when they are doing they're giving their manuscript to different translators. Okay, it's to make sure every copy that is gonna be given to the translator. I mean, it's a lot of extra work, but it needs to be done knowing what just happened to Omid here, where a full paragraph was inserted and Omid said he didn't do it, is to also look at the manuscript again, or each page that he submitted, to put his initial or write something somewhere, okay, to approve it. Because if they were able to tamper with this manuscript, insert a full paragraph, so a couple of things have shifted. You know, words have moved around. The pages are not the same anymore. Alright, so I don't know if I'm explaining it well, but it's an extra work. But then again, this should not be. This should not be. He spent his time and write the thing, and then I'm sure he proofread it, obviously, and have people proofread it for him, and then submitted. This should not have been. Alright, so that could be a huge lawsuit, whoever, if when they come to their conclusion. Alright, so let's read. However, a storm erupted when the Sunday Times claimed that Grosvenor chose future King William over Harry to attend his wedding to Olivia Henson next summer to avoid clash among the warring brothers. But a source told us Harry actually got a save the date card a few months ago, but called you and said it would be too awkward if he and Meghan Markle attended. So he made his apologies and you understood. The wedding will be the society occasion of the year when Grosvenor 32, one of the richest men and most prominent landowners in Britain, marries Henson 30 at Chester Cathedral on June 7. What the video that I just shared with the economy in the UK. So this is working for these people. So they're not willing to change. Alright, let's continue. Remember, Prince Harry don't deal with Murdoch papers. And we also, if Harry and Meghan want to say something, they do it themselves, Oprah, Netflix, Spare, etc., or via their spokesperson. The Duke of Westminster people are behind this, clearly refusing to let the British media use him. The only decent royal there, 1000%. Alright, so that's ad. Let's go to the next one. And that's the same topic as well, with the snub. Next tweet. Okay, so at this point, it must be drugs. Nobody can convince me he has met Princess Lili. You take their home and expect what? Alright, let's see here. King Charles willing to move mountains to reunite with Prince Harry's children. Oh, please. King Charles is still hoping Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will return to the UK with their children to celebrate Christmas together, insider claims. They said, quote, it pains him. These are the words when they describe the institution. Those feel to touch your emotion. It pains him. This guy doesn't have any feeling. He's savage. Okay? It pains him that he's yet to meet Lilibet. So he never. So the thing that they wrote during the Jubilee that he met with them. So that's not true then. He's okay. It pains him that he's yet to meet Lilibet. He would love so much to spend time, yeah, right, with Archie as well as Harry, whether it's one-on-one or with Meghan there too. Okay, this is just BS at this moment. Insider recently speculated, quote, I can imagine the Sussexes will decline an invitation to spend time with His Majesty. I think I respond to that after reading this, as if, you know, this is the biggest thing in the world. And I think I compared that last screenshot as if, you know, meeting Charles is like air and water, that kind of thing. Okay, but before they claim he met, that's the thing. But before they claim he met Lilibet when they were there for Queen Elizabeth II Jubilee. That's what I thought. And this is why I said they keep on canceling each other out. This exactly. I don't think he did. Alright, wait. So it went from, quote, the Sussexes want an invite to, quote, I doubt if the Sussexes will decline an invite. That's an ad. Where's my comment? Alright, let me read my comment and then move on. Okay, each screenshot seems to be canceling each other out. The last is like meeting King Charles is like air and water. I just don't see how anyone will not need air and water. Get the F out of here. These people think too highly of themselves when they produce nothing significant to society but destruction. Alright, so that's that. Alright, the thing with he have yet to meet a little bit. So they forgot what they said during the Jubilee. My goodness. Alright, so this is the guy, I assume. Okay, Gosvenor totally leaked this. He's like, keep me the F out of your drama, William. Alright, so there's this here. Prince, that's a retweet from that. Prince Harry already got and turned down a wedding invite from you, Governor. Why keep on saying Governor? Gosvenor. Alright, Gosvenor. So we just read that Harry already called him personally to decline. Okay, Gosvenor must have wanted to set the record straight. He and his fiancée must be so angry that William turned the supposedly happiest day in their life into a tool of attack Prince Harry. I'm telling you, every opportunity, they'll use it. Okay, Gosvenor's wedding is already totally ruined because of William's dirty games. I mean, this guy, I don't know why people stay friends. Well, then again, he's gonna be the future king, so they just want proximity. Alright, so now I'm into celebrities tweet. Let me read some of the comments. Of course, Harry had turned down that wedding invitation. Willie Leaks will have given his media dogs full access to Harry and Meghan at the wedding. His spies will have twisted everything Harry and Meghan said and did and leak every lie. Okay, William obviously turned the guy wedding into a proxy for the entire aristocratic establishment, rejecting Harry and Meghan. This makes them look extremely petty and racist. It also looks disgusting on you if Harry gave him the honor of being a godfather to his son. Okay, like I said, this man's wedding is being hijacked and used as fodder for the press. If I were him, I'd be pissed too. He's catching heat on the internet because Willie Leak won't shut up. I will cancel that thing. Don't so we decided to do it on a smaller thing. Forget these people. Bionica always have a terrible exclusive. She needs to give up this game. She ain't good at it. Alright, after this, that's it. Okay, I have no clue who this guy is. Hope he has a good wedding and the bride is happy. Harry should stay home. It's a trap. Yeah, that's it. I won't even be able to eat over there because all these people, whatever the establishment tell them to do, they do it. They'll put anything and anything they're gonna serve Harry. So just stay away. So there's a possibility. I'm an hour here. So let's stop here. I'll continue in the next video. There's more tweets that I want to share. It's not that much, but I'm an hour. Okay, this is where I'm at. I have these left. Okay, so let's do a prayer. Prayer for what? Prayer for decision making. I don't know. So Harry could make good decision that fits him well. And God helps him make good decision. Decision making. Is there a prayer? There is. Okay, dear God, I look to no one else for wisdom. I humbly ask for your help in making one of the most important decisions in my life because I don't know how to make it without you. Please give me direction and wisdom so I can make the right decision and bring glory to your name. Amen. Alright, so that's it. Every time Harry needs to make a decision, and Meghan too, all of us, alright, is have God with us to help us make the proper decision. Alright, because Harry and Meghan, when they are in the UK, mostly Harry, okay, are surrounded by snakes. Alright, so let's refresh. Okay, we have $262. Did that change? I think it changed already. $262.34. Let's refresh. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share.
If you enjoy my content, I would appreciate it if you can support my channel by donate to my PayPal and Cash App account, either one of them, or join me on Patreon. I don't plan on creating any memberships on YouTube due to the nature of my analytics. I don't trust the numbers. So yeah, I will appreciate if you could support my channel through PayPal or Cash App, or join me on Patreon.
So that's it. Let's continue with video 2.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better.